This is the easiest automatic bone meal farm you can make in Minecraft Survival and or Creative. Now, this farm can also be used to collect moss blocks automatically, but it's typically used to create and collect bone meal. But before I show you how to make this project, here's a list of materials you're going to need before you want to start. Now, to start this project, you need about 3 stacks of building blocks, 50 stone blocks, 23 redstone dust, 10 hoppers, about 12 to 16 bone meal to get you started, 1 observer, 6 furnaces, 1 dispenser, 2 droppers, 4 redstone torches, 6 pistons, 3 comparators, 7 trapdoors, 2 composters, 6 repeaters, 2 levers, about 2 buckets of lava, about 3 buckets of water, 1 single moss block, and 3 chests. Now that you've gathered all of the stuff you need for the project, we're going to gather it all up and find a nice space to build. You're going to need about a 12 by 16 area to build this in. I'm building in a nice flat area in my Minecraft survival world. You're going to start by placing a double chest down. That is step 1. After you place the double chest down, go to the right of it and place a hopper facing into the chest. Grab a dropper and place it facing up above the hopper, another dropper on top of that facing up, and then a dispenser on top of that dropper facing up as well. So 2 droppers and a dispenser. After that, you can drop down to the right of the farm, grab your building blocks and place 1 building block like so, 1 to the right, and then 1 over here. Place a temporary block here and then another block next to it, getting rid of this temporary block. You should have something that looks like this with the corner raised right there. After that, you're going to grab your redstone comparator and place it facing into this block. After that, grab your handy dandy redstone dust and place 1, 2 redstone just like that. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to grab 1 of your 4 redstone torches and place it on the block directly in front of the hopper like so. You have something that looks like this. Once you've placed your handy dandy redstone torch down, go to the back of the dropper, place a block here with a redstone dust on top. After you place your block with the redstone dust on top behind the dropper, the next thing you want to do is you're going to grab another solid block and place it to the left of the redstone there in a diagonal shape, like so. Then we can use that head on up here, place 1, 2 more solid blocks, delete that block, and then grab your observer and place it facing up like so, and then we can go back up there and get rid of the other block that we just placed. Those were just temporary in order to get the face of the observer facing in the same direction that the mouth of the dispenser is facing. Once you've done that, the next step of this project is going to be place 2 blocks out like so, getting rid of that block there. Place 1, 2, 3 building blocks that way, and then 3 more building blocks to the right. So you should have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 1, 2, 3 platform. Place 2 redstone dust here and here in a total of 4 redstone dust, making 2 straight lines across these building blocks. Grab a redstone repeater and place it facing away from the observer like that. A redstone comparator facing this direction, and then a redstone comparator facing the other direction in order to create a loop. After you've created your loop, you're going to go and grab some more handy dandy building blocks and build 1 building block to the right of that redstone dust right there, and then another building block, 1 building block up, and then 1 building block to the right. So you should have a 2 and then a 1, both going in a diagonal direction away from that redstone. Place a redstone repeater right there. Grab your redstone dust and place redstone dust like that, facing into the repeater like so. After you place your redstone dust and your redstone repeater, you're going to grab your redstone torch and place it directly on top of this block here, completing the circuit. After that, you're going to place a full building block on top of that redstone torch, and then 1 building block to the right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 building blocks in total, making 8 building blocks that direction, and then 1 building block on the left-hand side like so, making it a total of 9 building blocks in a straight line like that. Make sure this is not stone. Make sure it's any building block but stone. Now that you have that, you're going to place 7 redstone dust starting 1 block away from the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then once you have that, they should automatically all be lit up all the way across, like so. After that, you can head down here to the bottom of the farm, and we're going to place a building block on this side of the redstone torch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so, along the same path that we did with the redstone dust on top. And then we're going to build our way back up here, and then simply grab your your trapdoors, and then place 7 trapdoors facing up and away, making sure we have the ability to waterlog them later so that they're facing the correct direction on top of those blocks we just placed. After that, head back towards the front of the farm and place a hopper facing into the dropper, and then 3 more hoppers facing into that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and then 1 more hopper facing onto the right side into the left. After that, hold right click and then place 2 composters on top of the 2 hoppers on the end. You should have something that looks like this with all of them feeding into the dropper on the end. Now that you have that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to place 2 more hoppers feeding into those composters that are feeding into the hoppers, and place 1, 2 building blocks on that side and 1, 2 building blocks on this side. So you have something that looks like that. Place 1 building block down, a chest next to it, and then get rid of that building block. So when we make our way back up here, you should have something that looks like that, and then place a hopper facing into the chest. So hopper, building block, 2 hoppers, and 2 more building blocks. Now we're going to make our way back up towards that hopper and connect both sides to the other side of the farm, going straight across like this. It should line up perfectly with the arm on the other side that we built earlier. And then go to this side and then build this side all the way flush to the wall like so. If you did it right, it should line up perfectly with your trapdoors. And then we're going to fill in this space here. That way the only thing sticking out, you should see the face of the observer and the face of the dispenser, or the hole of the dispenser, whatever you want to call it. And this is going to be our basic starting platform for the farm. Now that we've filled in this entire platform, the next thing you want to do is you're going to get ready to start building the stonework on top of this platform. But what you're going to do first is place a moss block directly on top of the dispenser, and then you're going to make this figure 8 pattern, as you can see that I'm doing here, leaving a 2-block gap in between the center on the left side, and then leaving another 2-block gap on the bottom half of the side like this. After placing those 2-block gaps, the rest of this farm, other than that moss block that we just placed, can be entirely filled with stone. This entire platform, again, should be stone, except for the side with the hoppers, the moss block, and the 2 gaps in between right here. Now, grab your building blocks one more time and go over here and build 1, 2, and then all the way across on the 7 sides, making a 2-block wide platform going all the way across. Go to this side and then place a 1 block here on the other side of the trapdoor. And then you can go down to the bottom of the farm, place a block there. You're going to grab your furnaces. You're going to place 1, 2, 3, a space, 4, 5, 6 furnaces in total, leaving a space in the middle. You should have something that looks like that. After you've done that, you can grab your building blocks one more time, place a building block in the middle, and then place a building block all the way around these hoppers here, leaving a 1-block gap there. You don't want it there. See that block I just placed? You don't want it there. You want it one more over, almost looping around or circling around the hoppers here. Once you get to that hopper there, you're going to cut left and close off the loop. We're going to build our way back up into the farm so we can get back to work. Once you have done that, you should have something that looks like this, where this is almost a container. And then you can see all 3 hoppers like so. After that, go over to this side, place 1 block on that side, 1 block in the middle, leaving a 3x3 gap on each side. After that, grab your stone and place 6 stone in between those 3-block gaps like that. You can head back up here, place a building block there, and then building blocks all the way across the top like so. And then we're going to go all the way around with this, making this a 1-block high wall all the way around, making sure you cover these furnaces as well, holding right click so you don't accidentally open the furnaces. So as you can see here, we're going to hold down right click, and boom. So now we've completely completed a top layer. That way we don't have water falling off the top of the farm. Go back down on this side and place 1, 2 blocks like that, and then place 1 block here, 3, 4, and then place your pistons facing inwards towards the farm. 1, 2, 3, leaving a 1 block gap in the middle. 4, 5, 6, like so, and then a solid block there. So you should have something that looks like almost like a little trench. Then you're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 solid blocks in a line behind those 6 pistons. After you place those 7 solid blocks, you're going to grab your water bucket. Place 1 water bucket in the middle of the project right there with a solid block on top. Place 3 blocks on top of the pistons and 1 block to the right. Do this again on the left side of the farm as well. So 3 blocks on the pistons and 1 block to the left. Making a bucket for the stone to form and the pistons to push it. Then place a lava bucket on that left-hand side, and then grab another lava bucket and place it on the right-hand side. You know it's working correctly if you see the water start to turn to stone directly below the lava. And you also want to make sure the lava is covering all 3 spaces. What I'm doing here is making a quick infinite water source just to speed up this process here. And then you're going to grab your water bucket and waterlog all 7 of these trapdoors. So placing 7 water buckets behind each one. Making sure the water is not currently spilling out into the farm. The only time the water should spill out into the farm is when the trapdoors are in the closed position. So as you can see here, we've placed a total of 7 blocks. Now that we've done that, we can get rid of this infinite water source. This has nothing to do with the farm. It was just to keep me, help me from having to go up and down multiple times. Now that we've done that, place a water bucket in this corner, a water bucket in that corner, and it should be pooling towards the middle like so. And you should have sort of this chamber-like area with water here. And then once you've done that, go back over to your lava side, place a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then redstone dust here, 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 here. I know that's a little confusing. And then 1 there, making sort of a L or a large T. Place a temporary block there, a building block here. Get rid of the temporary block. Should have redstone there, a temporary block there, a building block there. And then grab your redstone repeater, place 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone repeaters, all facing the same direction. Put that one on the last tick, this one on the last tick, that one on the last tick, and this one on the second tick. And then that'll keep the farm going at a steady pace. Place a lever on top of that block there and a torch on the opposite side. As you can see here, the farm is already getting ready to be activated. Now, before this farm will work, we are going to have to put bone meal in the dispenser. As you can see here, without bone meal, the farm will stop working. So, before we continue to work on the farm, what we're going to go to do is hop on down to the bottom of the farm. You only need a little bit of bone meal to start. Go down here, and then next to this chest with a hopper on top of it, place 1 redstone torch there and your other level there. This is how you can or cannot collect your redstone moss blocks, I should say. And then simply dig 1 block below, place your bone meal inside the dispenser, and then this will decide whether or not you want to get moss blocks or just get bone meal as itself by flicking on and off the lever. And then once you've put bone meal inside, we can make our way back up to the top of the farm and get ready to start the farm. So now that we've placed bone meal inside, it's a simple matter of flicking the lever again. If it doesn't turn on right away, try bone mealing the moss block just by hand on the first try. Once you've done that, as you can see I've done here, it will automatically start. The lava will create stone. The pistons will push the stone, destroying the moss blocks. And at a certain rate, it will detect it and push all the moss blocks and all the grass and all the seeds and get automatically collected like you're seeing right here. Now that it's automatically collecting this, it's going to go down, get collected into this hopper here, and then we can simply just sit back and wait. If you go down here and you right-click this lever so that the redstone torch is in the off position, as you can see, if we wait 1 second, that the moss blocks will start to automatically get collected into this chest here. Not all of them, but some. See, we're already getting some moss right here. The reason being, if you want a farm that just collects moss, you can simply turn it on. The rest of it, all of the bone meal is going to get collected on the bottom. You really only need a few bone meal to get this project started. After that, it will automatically fuel itself with the bone meal it's creating. And if you turn that off, it'll automatically send all the bone meal into collection rather than saving some of the moss blocks like you see right here. And all you have to do is sit back and wait and watch. This farm is super efficient, and I hope it helps you in your Minecraft survival world. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.